Snapshots of Seattle's iconic skyline and serene waterfront views are images that conjure up home for Seattleites, maybe fond memories for tourists. But for a group of people around the world, these shots symbolize sisterhood that links Seattle to its 21 sister cities.
We're the one vehicle for true people-to-people connections.
Seattle's first and oldest sister city was formed with Kobe, Japan in 1957. Today, that relationship is still strong and celebrated each year at the annual Cherry Blossom Festival at the Seattle Center.
Martial artists, ikebana people, practitioners of all sorts of different traditional arts.
Ben ERICKSON is the president of the Kobe Seattle Sister City Association. He says people in Seattle probably know a thing or two about the Japanese, but to understand the real version of any country, you have to connect with its people.
You can find anything on the internet now. You can find, how to tie a yukata and how to wear one. You can look at a YouTube video, but if you come to the Seattle Center today, you can actually put one on and someone from Japan will tell you, this string is called a himo and this is an obi and we tie it like this. And it's a very, very different thing to see it with your own eyes and to meet someone face-to-face.
That face-to-face connection is at the heart of the Sister Cities program, known as citizen diplomacy. Its mission is simple: to promote peace through mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation, one individual and one community at a time.
Today that's a little easier with Facebook and cheaper flights, but back in the 1950s, really, the Sister Cities was revolutionary.
The Sister Cities program was started in 1956 by President Eisenhower. Over the years, Seattle has become a sister city with 21 cities around the world and built on those relationships through all sorts of exchanges.
You can read here on Russian, Mir.
Sister Cities started as a way to promote a peaceful climate in the U.S. during the Cold War.
A translation of this word on Russian is peace.
Seattle was at the forefront, bridging the connection between the West and the Soviet Union, forming one of the first sister cities with a Soviet country, a relationship between Seattle and Tashkent, Uzbekistan.
It just goes from their heart.
Shakita Ismailova was a young teen at the time living in Tashkent. She remembers the announcement making big news.
I've heard about that Seattle is becoming a sister city of Tashkent. And it was absolutely amazing for me because it was kind of very exciting.
Like all sisterhood bonds, that relationship ebbs and flows over time.
We want to see new partnerships and new relationships in economic development and trade.
So for the information economy, meetups and beer and code and things like that are happening around here. It's helping to find those, what's working here in Seattle and then sharing that with the city of Kobe.
While Kobe looks at trading ideas about work, the Tashkent sister city shared ideas about parks development with the latest delegation's visit to Tashkent Park on Capitol Hill.
They have parks as well, and same issues with parks. How do you take care of them? What kind of trees do you put in them? How do you pay for all of the things that need to be taken care of with the park?
Each sister city works to share ideas that are mutually beneficial. They usually come about during visits to the sister city, which is a big part of the program. The Mombasa sister city is getting ready to head to Kenya.
I'm very excited. I'm just had my passport. I'm ready to use it.
This group has been working with women to help expose their products like coconut oil and jewelry made from the coconut husks to the world.
We really want them to have a successful coconut oil making factory. And that's been a challenge because the local people like to make coconut oil the traditional method instead of cold press.
The traditional method also takes 3 days. The modern method, using a machine donated by the Sister City Association in 2009, can make the oil in 1 hour. Dr. Jones, who serves as president, is also a dentist. She took a group to Mombasa in 2014 for a dental mission where they saw 190 kids in 2 days. She says each visit helps further relationships between Mombasa and Seattle.
I would like to have more trade. And it's an opportunity for Seattle, too, for investors.
To make all that happen, it starts with those people-to-people connections.
It was a closeness that I felt. They were so much like us, but they were also from somewhere else.
Bridging those gaps to continue the Sister City legacy by forming bonds that don't depend on boundaries.
It's reinforced my view that this planet has so much of a chance to really be one planet together if we just spend the time to get to know each other. It really works.
Watch CityStream Thursday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel, or get video on demand and podcasts anytime at seattlechannel.org.